Welcome to the Go Political Dolton Thug Edition. We gonna break down Tiff and all her thugs today. So let's jump straight up on into it. What is up, gang? Carlton Flowers here, back in action with the Go Political channel. And we got a fun one we're gonna dive into today with the Thugs of Dolton. Yes, indeed. We're gonna break it down and feature 4 of Tiffany's top thugs and allies. Now, there are many more than just these 4, but we're going to have a closer look at these 4 individuals. And spoiler alert, 3 of the 4 are dinglings. They might be as stupid as the stupid mayor herself, but I think one might be a real one. But I'm going to just present the evidence and let you guys vote at the end on which one you think could be a real one. And you might be surprised after you hear my opinion. And hold on to the end, because I'm going to have a bonus. There's going to be a 5th feature after we run through the 4 that you saw in the intro. We got a bonus set of thugs that we're going to show in the end. So let's drop some clips, and we're going to start this off with our first featured thug of Dolton. And this would be one of Tiffany's early allies that she hired, who goes by the name of Lavell Redmond. Now, of course, Lavell had like a really bad rap when he started out, and I think that what he went through, it was really unfortunate because he got put on Front Street. They put him on blast for something that he did years ago, earlier in life, that kind of tagged him and put him on record. But let's check out what he had to say, and then we're going to show a couple of clips, and then we'll come back and give the final determination on this thug of Dolton, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, let's cut to this clip and show Mr. Lavell in this suit.
In her defense, she did try to offer me a high-paying job, so she said. But I didn't want to take it. So eventually, I did have to put gas in my vehicle. I did have to live and survive. So I humbled myself and I went on and took a job. When I got to the village, I didn't know what job it would be. She told me that I wouldn't be micromanaged. I'd be free to just drive and stay out of the way and write tickets. So it sounded appealing to me. Wow.
Okay, so you've seen that now, and it's very interesting. I was shocked whenever Jedediah Brown did this interview because I did not expect to hear such a well-spoken person. I mean, I was very impressed. And I do think that he's been given a bad rap. People make mistakes. People do dumb things early on in life, and hopefully they grow out of it. And so it's interesting to see that he was very transparent about some of the debauchery that was going on in the village. And so I'll leave a link to that interview there so you can listen to the whole thing. It is fascinating. If you have not heard the whole interview, go back and check it out. So anyway, we're going to fast forward to fight night. You remember when I did the video of the fight night, and we're going to check out the thug side of Lavell and see how he gets down when things get dicey. And so we saw that well-spoken man, but he sounded a little bit different when things got heated, and it kind of let me know that this guy, hey, he might be for real. So let's check out a couple of these clips.
All you niggas, I better not catch none of you outside of here.
Okay, so now that we see the fight footage, and you kind of heard the thug side of him coming out there. He wasn't looking like that same individual in that nice suit and well-spoken. When it got dicey, he had a few words to say, and it kind of let me know that, hey, this man, hey, he might be from the streets and know how to get down. I think earlier in life, when he was running the streets, that street knowledge is still there, and he knows what to do. Now, like I said in the last video when I covered Fight Night, I would love to give Lavell Redmond some training, because it looks like, okay, he can box, but he just needs a little bit of correction with the form, because I think that with the proper boxing form, this man could take somebody's head off Mike Tyson style. All right, so there you have it, Lavell Redmond. He impresses me. I'm very impressed with that. And now we're going to move on to thug number 2, a gentleman by the name of Stacy Carell. So let's check out Stacy, who is the superintendent in his professional attire with his hard hat on. The man who was hired by Tiff to head up the water department, the construction. He's the superintendent. He's over all of the construction and improvements with the utilities in Dolton. So let's cut to the clip and check out the professional side of Stacy. And then I'm going to show you a different side of Stacy. Cut to the clip.
Water line, new sewers in the yard, and then they're going to come out and repave it. Right now they're breaking it down, grinding everything down. They're going to level it, grade it, pitch it correctly so that this water stops pooling, causing damage to the buildings and to the residential houses behind the yard.
So there you have it. Clean cut Stacy, the superintendent, looking all professional in his hard hat. I don't know what was going on in the beginning with the break dancing. But whatever the case, you know, he looked pretty professional there. But this Dolton thug definitely has an interesting other side. So let's dive into a few clips that show this other persona that he has, where he was going by the name of Unc Lowdown. So let's take a look at Unc Lowdown, the rap artist, and maybe see if we can dredge up some clips that might show some other activities that he's into where he earns money that doesn't come from the village of Dolton. Cut to the first clip.
I'm a little ass with a big old op, pumping my gas with a big old Glock. He owe me some bread, so I'm taking the car. My girl stressed out, so I'm booking the spot. Hoes congregate when you roll in the pot.
Ooh, okay, cut that off real quick. All right, sorry about that. YouTube, I apologize. Tried to censor that real quick. Don't want to get demonetized for that last little half second there. But anyway, let's check out the next clip and see what the superintendent is doing to produce an extra income on the side. I think he's like selling something. Maybe they're little candies or little trinkets or something like that. Anyway, let's cut to the next clip and check out the side hustle.
It's low down, baby, I rock and roll. This 223 is my guitar. I'm the trap messiah and I'm here to set the f***ing bar. 2011, we was serving clerks outside of shop. This watch costs half a ticket, I'ma gift it if he take the job.
Oh, what was that? What was that in the little bag? Maybe those were now laters. Now later's Jolly Ranchers or what's it? Starburst candies. Yeah, Starburst candies. But it kind of makes you scratch your head. I didn't know there was that much money in Now Later's candies, unless he's involved in something different. So, Mr. Stacy, what exactly are you involved in?
On the gang, 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 gang. On the gang, 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 gang,
Okay. So you heard it from him. All right. So, I guess there's no need for me to repeat that. All right. So, it gives you a couple of thug points there. You got it all advertised right out there for the world to see. And there's so much more. Actually, I'll leave a link to the Unk Lowdown. I think he changed the name up. It's under a different name, Unk Low Key or something strange. But I'll leave a link and you can watch all of his rap videos. I'll give it to Stacy. He is very creative. And honestly, I was bumping some of the music. Some of it was a little interesting. But he is an artist and is expressing himself and kind of showing us what life is like out in dim streets. Okay. I'm clowning now. So check out the link. Go check out Stacy's music. It's pretty interesting. So let's just move on to our next thug. And as we go down the list, they kind of start to lose credibility bit by bit. This guy, I don't know if he's so much of a thug. I mean, he is a thug, but he's kind of a ding-dong. Ranks a little higher on the stupidity scale. And this would be none other than Mr. Criggley. Okay, guys, let's just be real. Criggley is a thug, but he's a dunce. He's definitely wearing a big fat dunce cap. And we remember the fight scene, and it was just kind of wild. First of all, he was kicking Jedediah Brown kind of like a ballerina, giving these little toe tap kicks. Wasn't doing much damage. You would think that if somebody's getting kicked in the head, they're going to get knocked out. But no, he didn't do much damage. Then the next thing we know, he's getting slammed up against the TV screen.
Don't look me into the ball of me, man. Come on.
You don't look too much like a thug in that video clip, Quigley. Criggley, whatever you call him. But anyway, this guy, wow, he's such a deal. They were calling him Smokey from the PJs over on the Dolton politics page. But can you believe this guy gets paid, what, $47,000? That's his salary. And I guess he's got his little side hustles going on when he's not stealing cell phones and getting arrested. Yeah, this guy, wow, what a deal. Doesn't have too much on the fighting skills, getting slammed up against TVs, stealing cell phones, and just kind of generally looks like the crackhead from around the way. So I don't think I'm going to be voting for Quigley, Squiggly, Squidward, whatever you want to call him. He's not getting my vote, but maybe he's your top thug of Dolton. So you'll just have to cast your vote. It's just sliding downhill from here, which takes us to thug number 4. And that is none other than Kamal Woods. Yep. So it's the 7-figure man himself. That's right. The same guy that bragged on video that $100,000 a year Thornton Township job to head to youth program. Well, no, he's made 7 figures. He's had several BMWs. You know, he's a businessman. So one thing is for sure. He's got the entrepreneurial bug. I mean, he's done a whole lot. I mean, we've got Rock Island Splash, where where he washes, what does he say? They're all luxury cars. Yeah, he washes luxury cars. He has the clothing store, Rock Island Fashion, and even had the bistro, the little Rock Island restaurant. Lots of stuff going on. And, at first I wondered maybe he's not really doing much in that car wash. But then after looking at his Instagram, there's no denying it. He's put in a lot of work with those businesses. In fact, let's just go over here and look at this this page here, this Instagram page. And what you're going to notice is, as you're looking at this, there's just gajillions of pictures on here. It goes on and on forever. And you do see tons of cars being washed, lots of cars, lots of photos about the fashion. You also see lots of photos where he's biting his lower lip. I don't know what that's all about here. He is biting that lower lip again. He likes to, take the little pictures there and bite the lip and pose for the camera, taking selfies. Here's the restaurant where they like to eat good food. They sang, they do karaoke. There's more cars being washed. And I tell you what, I scrolled on this page for like nearly 2 hours and I still wasn't at the bottom. It goes back years. I mean, it's amazing. So there's a few inappropriate pictures on here, but at any rate, there's a lot of evidence here that he had a lot going on at the car wash from that time period of when he opened 2022 and on. And he was really, you can tell that he's really into fashion. He's very much into fashion. And then he likes to post a lot about God and scriptures and thoughtfulness. And that doesn't strike me as thug, right off, the bat. I mean, he likes the junior high school, freshman high school fashion trends, the inner city fashion trends. I'm getting dizzy just scrolling through. Here's one of his little selfies. I like to like the way he does the little prancy, put your little foot back there, the little prancy pictures. And so, looking at that and his mannerisms and stuff, it just doesn't strike you as thug. I don't know. And so the one thing that I would have to say, okay, with all of these successful businesses, all of this action that you've had going on, where'd you come up with the money for all this? And then the other thing that's got me scratching my head, why are all your businesses closed? So we gave you a little we gave you a little credibility for having started all this stuff. You had a lot of action going on, but why are they closed? And where did you come up with the money to jump into all this? And if you were so successful and had all this clothing and posting 9 million pictures of all this crap that you sell, where did you raise the money for it? Where? How did you become the 7-figure man? Well, now, there's some people that say that he is a thug and that he has former ties to nefarious individuals that deal in the underground. As a matter of fact, Grace Levi, shout out to Grace Levi. She had talked about it previously. In fact, let's cut to a clip and just see what Grace came up with. And I wasn't able to locate this picture on his Facebook page, but let's just watch this and then we'll talk about it.
I believe Kamal is part of a gang or retired gang member. And there was no proof, but this is allegedly. This is Kamal's Facebook page. Her boyfriend is throwing up 3-6 signs. Y'all want to know what the 3-6 signs? Let's throw this up real quick. Let me show you, okay? That's a grown man right there. That's supposed to be a businessman right there. That's supposed to be Mayor Henyard's boyfriend. Who else is throwing up the 6 sign? Now, I thought that he would be more Crip because of the white collar crimes, because Crips are more quiet, laid back, and move different than Bloods. How do I know this? Because I'm from the hood.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know what to think about that. Like I said, I think the picture is down. He does not have that picture there. And after scrolling through his Instagram for hours on end, I don't find anything where he's throwing up gang symbols. But it's hard to explain that one away if that picture is legit. It looks like it is. And Grace is probably one who would know. So maybe he is a thug, but he doesn't kind of really strike me as the tough guy. I mean, we saw him fighting. He didn't look like he was that good of a fighter at the Thornton Township brawl. And he is kind of connected at the hip with Tiffany Henyard, who seems to be the lead. Some people think that he's the henchman, that he's the one that's calling the shots behind the scenes. And I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the guy that he is the mastermind behind all of the debauchery. So another thing that I kind of wonder is where was the pictures of the youth program? You're going to have to stay tuned because I'm going to do a full report and share information dug up by the amazing Cafe of Knowledge. We're going to do a follow-up to that previous coverage on Kamal. We have a lot to talk about, and I will be expressing an opinion. But back to the thuggery. I don't know. I just get kind of mixed feelings. He just doesn't strike me as a guy who's running around causing fights. And his Facebook and his Instagram is relatively tame. He's not doing completely stupid things. I think he's pretty private. And maybe he's just a fashion guy. Okay, so I'm going to have to say that Kamal is not the winner here. I'm not voting for him as the top thug of Dolton, of Tiffany's thugs. And he does too much dumb stuff. I mean, here lately we see him going on Facebook, carrying on like a junior high school chick who's having a spat with the girlfriend, all right? And why would you air that out on social media? Why are you doing that? It's not a good look. That doesn't make you come across as this, this dude who's in charge in the streets, all right? So, I don't know. You let me know. I mean, thus far, I'm not casting my vote for Kamal because, I don't know. Entrepreneur, yes. Sketchy beginnings, yes. What did he do before? I don't know. It's either he wasn't a thug after all, or he has it deeply hidden, and he's moved on from that lifestyle. So I'll give you that. This takes us to the bonus section. We're going to add the last one of the category, and you can vote for this last group of thugs. It's Tiffany's campaign crackheads. So Tiffany Henyard's campaign crackheads are definitely in the running for the thug contest. And if you don't remember, let's just jump back to a clip from Tommy G and have a look at the campaign crackheads in action. Cut to the clip.
What do you think about the Tahoe expenditures?
Who? For I don't know about that.
What do you think about the first class flights?
I don't know. Personally what they do, I don't know. I'm just here to support it.
You don't have any opinion on it?
Ain't nobody said nothing about fight.
We volunteer. We from the south side of Chicago.
See, y'all don't even live here.
So why show up today then?
Right.
We volunteering. The question is,
But why?
the question isn't why show up, it's why not show up.
Are you guys on our payroll?
She had to get supported from the south side of Chicago.
She got her family from the south side of Chicago.
Are you on our payroll?
I'm just here.
You're not getting a dime?
I want to get on your payroll.
But what had you coming all the way from the south side to volunteer? In public, unfortunately, you can't. No, I'm telling you what it is, though. No, you won't.
No violence.
No, you won't.
We are the peacemakers.
You won't do it. I hope 3 pieces and a biscuit's not going to be served for lunch, you know what I mean?
Very impressive. I mean, the campaign crackheads, what a great find. Where did Tiffany find these quality individuals that helped her to win that landslide election? And just the fact that they're so on top of the information, answering the questions so clearly and easily.
Who? For the
Oh, I tell you, that's just, that's impressive. Very impressive. So the campaign crackheads, these guys, they look like thugs to me. So are you going to cast your vote for the campaign crackheads? And, once again, where did she find these people? Looked like she scraped them out the back alley, and maybe Tiffany Feed the People Henyard probably did pay them a 3-piece and a biscuit. So there you have it. There are all of Tiffany Henyard's Dolton thugs. Now it's time for you to cast your vote on who you think is the real OG. Which one of the Dolton thugs are you going to cast your vote on? And now it's time for me to put in my vote. Drum roll, please. My vote for the real OG thug, the real one of this group, is Lavell. That's right, I'm going to give it to Lavell. Lavell is very well spoken. He's had a rough upbringing. He obviously can handle himself in a rumble, and that's a guy that I wouldn't want to piss off. As a matter of fact, if I'm going to hire anybody as a bodyguard, I'm probably going to call on Lavell. But you let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below, and on the next video, I'll let you know who got the win for the top Dolton thug contest. And stay tuned, because like I said, I've got another report coming. We're going to talk more about the $7 million man. All right. And some new information that we have dug up about him. Yep. I can't wait to talk about that special report that Cafe of Knowledge did. So shout out to her for the wonderful sleuth work that she has provided in the video she released yesterday. And we got so much more coming your way. Thank you for all of the clips from the content creators. Shout out to Grace Levi, Tommy G, and anyone else that I'm forgetting right now, but I'll put the links to their videos below. And you definitely want to subscribe right now and tick that notification bell, like this video, because you don't want to miss the next one. It's gonna be good, because the situation is only getting more ridiculous by the day. That's all I've got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.